Good day, everyone. Was there ever a situation you wanted to redo or you wanted to change the things that you have done in the past? So let's try to find out how we are going to write them in sentences. So we can answer the question, what if? So before that, there's a sample situation I'd like you to look at and I'd like you to study. Study this sample situation. Last month, Gary was in the hospital for an operation. Liz didn't know this, so she didn't go to visit him. They met a few days ago. Liz said, "If I had known you were in the hospital, I would have gone to visit you." Now, which part of the situation shows the person wanting to change something that she did or something that he did in the past? Yes, correct. It's the last sentence. If I had known you were in the hospital, I would have gone to visit you. This sentence begins with an if. So this sentence here shows conditional sentence. Now, what's a conditional sentence? Conditional sentence states a condition or possibilities, and it also states result. Now, the kind of conditional sentence that we're talking about in this situation is what we call past unreal conditional sentence, or your third conditional sentence. Now, what's the use of a third conditional sentence and how do we form them? So let's try to find out. So your third conditional sentence, we use the third conditional to talk about situations in the past. That's why it's past unreal. That we cannot change. That's the unreal part, but would maybe like to change. They are hypothetical. We are thinking about what could or would have happened. What could or would have happened if this is what you did. Okay, that's your third conditional or your past unreal. Imagine that in real life, I went out to the bar and drank some beers. Then, on Sunday mornings, I felt very bad and had to stay in bed. So these are the sample sentences for that situation. If I hadn't gone to the bar, I would have gone to the cinema. If I hadn't drunk beer, I would have drunk wine. If I hadn't gone out on Saturday, I would have felt good on Sunday. If I hadn't felt terrible on Sunday, I would have gone running. So as you can see in the situation given here also, we could see a situation that cannot be changed anymore. But if you had a chance, that would be what your situation is, or that would be what you have done. Okay, let's go to how we form them. So conditional sentence for the past and real, this is how you form it. So we have still your if, your condition, and then your result. If plus past perfect. So later we'll find out how we form this past perfect. Would have, that's always present, and then past participle. Past participle is different from your simple past tense, so do not confuse it. If I had won the raffle, so when you say past perfect, that's using your had plus past participle. So again, we have the word past participle. Examples of other past participle would be your frozen, written. Those are changes in spelling. And then of course your ed. Cleaned, okay, jogged. So those are examples of past participle. So again, had and then won, or past participle. She would have given my prize. So you have there would have, which is always constant for past unreal. And then given, that's your past participle. Again, past participle is not your simple past tense. Okay? Now you can have it inverted. You have your result, your if, and then your condition. Would plus past participle, and then your if, and then past perfect. She would have given my prize if I had won the raffle. So your would and past participle would have given, and then your past perfect had won. Okay, again, had is always present, the same with would have, then past participle. Past participle is different from simple past tense. Now let's complete the following sentences. Do not forget the format that we had earlier, so we can complete the sentence showing third conditional sentence or your past and real conditional sentence. For number 1, Tim blank, your verb is get, a taxi if he blank not forget his wallet at home. So what form of the verb will complete this sentence? Yes, Tim would have gotten a taxi if he had not forgotten his wallet at home. Again, take note, past participle. For number 2, if I blank know all the answers, I blank pass the test. What would be the correct form of the verb to complete your third conditional sentence? Yes, if I had known all the answers, I would have passed the test. So again, past participle. What about third one? If he blank have more free time, he blank do his homework yesterday. This sentence is a little bit tricky. Correct. If he had more free time, he would have done his homework yesterday. Yes, had is correct because you have your had for your past perfect and your had for your past participle. Let's go to the next two items. 4. If Tony blank saved some money, he blank traveled to Paris last summer. What would be the correct form of the verb? Yes, if Tony had saved some money, he would have traveled to Paris last summer. And the last number, you blank see that wonderful film if you blank come to the cinema with us. What correct form of the verb would complete the sentence? Yes, you would have seen that wonderful film if you had come to the cinema with us. Yes, come is still the past participle of the word come. Good job. Now I think you can write your own sentences. So let's try the next activity. Now let's try this activity. Write your own conditional sentences based on the given situations. So number 1 is already done for you. As he wasn't very careful yesterday, he fell downstairs. For your example on conditional sentence, if he had been careful, he would have not fallen downstairs. So I'd like you to write your own sentences for the other situations. Number 2, as he drove carelessly yesterday, he ran over a stop sign. So what third conditional sentence could you write for this given situation? Third one, Peter had a stomach ache yesterday because he ate too much food. And for number 4, he came late to work last week. The boss fired him. Last one, Kate didn't go to bed early last night. That's why she got up late in the morning. What third conditional sentences could you write for these 3 other situations? Again, don't forget the format that we have discussed earlier. Good job. I think you can write your own third conditional sentences now. And that's it for today. Next time, we will be discussing other conditional sentences. Happy learning!